This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton StandardSpeaker.
For your information, we drop by the borough of West Hazleton as they take part in National Night Out. Good evening and thank you for joining us at FYI. I'm Ken Cara. And we begin with headlines from FYI News 13 and the Hazleton Standard-Speaker. An autopsy was scheduled for today on a baby found in a trash bag. The gruesome discovery was made after midnight on Tuesday. According to state police at Frackville, troopers responded to 189 Winfield Drive in Middleport for the reported death of a female infant. A resident of that address discovered the infant's body in a trash bag on the property and called state police. The age of the victim is not yet known. Meanwhile, state police took 22-year-old Tara Lynn Pelton-Avage of Middleport into custody and charged her with endangering the welfare of children, concealing the death of a child, recklessly endangering another person, and abuse of a corpse. She was arraigned before District Judge David Plachko and committed to Schuylkill County Prison in lieu of $250,000 bail. The investigation continues pending the outcome of today's autopsy. The Third U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals has turned down a request to hear an appeal filed by Schuylkill County Register of Wills Teresa Santi-Gaffney, who challenged the overturning of Pennsylvania's ban on same-sex marriage. According to a one-paragraph order filed on Monday, a majority of the judges did not vote for a rehearing. Santi-Gaffney challenged the May 20th ruling of U.S. District Judge John E. Jones, who declared Pennsylvania's ban unconstitutional. She has one step remaining. That would be an appeal to the United States Supreme Court. Hazleton City Council will decide later this month whether or not to endorse a study that would explore a regional transportation authority for Luzerne and Lackawanna counties. At the request of Luzerne County Council, Hazleton City Council will discuss the matter at its upcoming council meeting. According to our media partner, the Hazleton Standard-Speaker, City Council President Jack Mundy has no objections to the state transportation study. The study will evaluate consolidation of air, mass transit, rail, and related transportation entities, including bus service. Mundy believes that the city can evaluate the pros and cons of the merger once the study is complete. Meanwhile, as we have been reporting, Hazleton Mayor Joe Iannuzzi is opposed to such a consolidation. Hazleton City Council will meet on August 19th. Well, many came out last night to celebrate National Night Out in the borough of West Hazleton. The National Association of Town Watch sponsors the annual crime and drug prevention event. The borough's local event is sponsored by the West Hazleton Neighborhood Crime Watch. We talked with Mayor Frank Schmidt and Crime Watch Coordinator John Shelley.
We like to see the children come over and have a good time. All the food is free. We have a bake sale here and tricky trays, and we have a clown outside and a DJ, and so it's good for the whole family to come in and enjoy themselves.
We want to see our neighbors come out and get to know them, mingle with one another, introduce each other to one another. If they're not attending, let them know what's going on, ask them to come down, and hopefully then get them to the meetings and get them involved more in the Crime Watch.
Both men agree that the success of National Night Out has definitely contributed to the success of the local Crime Watch effort.
Well, I think one of the biggest improvements is trying to get younger people involved. We have somebody as young as 9th grade up to grandparents involved, so I think that's the trend where we're trying to get to, is get people younger involved and maintaining that. Everybody's got a busy life, and to get them to stay committed, it's difficult. So that's where we're trying to head with this.
We've been doing it for about 15 years, and what we like to see is people sign up to the Crime Watch. We want more members. We have 50. We like to double it to stop the crime here in West Hazleton. And we have a fundraiser going on, and what we do with the money, we give it to the police department. They buy computers and stuff for their cars.
If you are interested in getting involved with West Hazleton Neighborhood Crime Watch, you can check them out on Facebook, or you can attend a meeting on the third Monday of each month. Meetings are at 6 p.m. at the West Hazleton Community Building at 100 South 4th Street. The managing editor of the Standard-Speaker, Mark Catcher, makes his return to FYI right now. Lisa Sugart sat down with him to talk about some new features in the paper and online.
We're pleased to welcome back the managing editor of the Hazleton Standard-Speaker, Mark Catcher. Mark, you've been absent on our station for a little bit, but with very good reason.
Yeah, absolutely. We had a busy summer and some vacancies on staff that we we had to fill. But once we did that, we're back up to full speed, and now we have some time to spend with you guys again. So I'm glad to be here.
Well, we're glad to have you back. We missed you, and the viewers missed you as well, because they like to hear what's in the minds of the people who write the articles for the Standard Speaker and, the thought process through all of this. And with that being said, we're seeing some definite changes at the Hazleton Standard Speaker, some new features taking place, and one of them is the out and about that we're seeing now in the paper.
We've always gone to events in the community and reported on those, both through writing and through photography. But now we're really making a concerted effort to take more photos at these events, show what the people of the Hazleton area are doing on a regular basis. And we're featuring those in galleries, both in print and online, through what you said is our Out and About feature. And really, we're going to 3 or 4, up to 5 events every week, and photographing what people are doing, and again, showing them in the newspaper and online. If there is an event in the Hazleton area that's happening, and you would like us to be there, you can certainly call us. Number for photography is 570-501-3583, or you can email us at photo@standardspeaker.com, and we'll get that message, and hopefully we can come out to the event and take photographs. And like I said, not only in print, but there are many more in galleries online at our website, StandardSpeaker.com.
We saw that today, the National Night Out, a lot of nice photos and that. And people like to see themselves in the newspaper, so that's definitely a positive thing, to see the community and the many events that are going on. So I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, absolutely. One other feature that we've added just this week is property database online on our website. Visitors can go there and search for any property in Luzerne County. There are 160,000 properties in Luzerne County, upwards of that number. So this database has information on all of them. All you have to do is go online and click on that database. It's right on our main page. And once you get there, you can search for a property by the owner's name, by the address. And once you find it, you'll have information on, again, the owner, the assessed value on that property, the taxes that are owed, and lots more information. So it's a valuable resource for readers, we feel, and we're glad to provide it to our readers in print and visitors to the website.
And that came about in light of all of the problem properties we see in communities throughout the area. So maybe this will help people, that they'll know exactly who owns maybe a problem property that's in their community.
Sure. We had a feature, an investigative report a few weeks ago by Kent Jackson. It was on the condemned properties that are existing in the city of Hazleton. And we found that there are 59, but some others that are also in disrepair. In that story, we reported on the condemnation process. We talked about the problem. We talked to folks who have to deal with these problems on a daily basis. There are folks in these neighborhoods who live next to these homes and have to deal with the results of properties that have been kind of left behind. But yeah, you're right that this property database could be a valuable resource for readers who want to find information about the property next door and why it's not being kept up, who owns it, how much in taxes are owed on it. So yeah, again, it's a valuable resource.
All right. Well, we're great to see new things happening at the Hazleton Standard Speaker. We welcome you back because we missed you, and we hope to talk with you again later this week.
Absolutely. Glad to be here, and looking forward to coming back and doing more segments.
Mark Catcher from the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Mark, good to see you back. Lisa, we always see you, but thank you, I guess. Tonight we have news from the desk of the Hazleton Area School District. The Hazleton Area School Board will hold a special meeting on Wednesday, August 20th at 6 p.m. And the purpose of the meeting will be for general business. The meeting will be held in the Hazleton Area Career Center's large group instruction room. Please use the administration building entrance. There we go. Committee meetings already scheduled will immediately follow the special meeting. Coming up in sports, Dave Seaman, the sports editor at the Standard Speaker, and myself will listen to some sound bites from Penn State Football Media Day and react for your information and entertainment. When we come right back, it's time to get some decorating tips from Tamara and Janine in this week's What's the Sense segment.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton StandardSpeaker.
We're back in your community here on FYI. It's Wednesday, so what's the sense? Tomorrow's going to tell us what's the sense of using the corks from our wine bottles.
Right. Last week was wine bottles, and then we used them up. Well, what do you do with the corks? Well, that's another thing I've been saving, of course. And
This was just from last week.
Yeah, this was just that was my trip to Italy with my amazing in-laws. They supplied the wine. There's so many things you can do. You actually had a wreath at your house that you had.
And this I can't take credit for. This was a gift from my mother-in-law.
Nice.
And she actually saved all of our corks and then made this beautiful wreath. And that was a gift, and it hangs in my kitchen because it's grape themed.
It's very pretty. There are cork mats that people make for when you get outside of the tub. So what I saw in Italy was they actually had these as the, like the room divided, like the beads.
Neat.
But I thought, how cool would it be to make a shower curtain? That's like a lot of drinking, Janine,
Yeah.
But
Goes in.
all I did was I drilled holes through all the corks and I just strung them, and I've seen them as actually curtains. Different, just put them different lengths, and I thought it was really cool.
Neat,
so that
and
was
it's original. It's something
is.
that's custom and will not take a lot of your money. Again, what's the sense?
Free. And then this is just a cork board. This
That's
is just
really
something I had. I actually used an old piece of canvas I had.
Okay.
Because it has that back, and I just put them in it, covered it with some fabric. These are actually the champagne corks.
Nice,
they're
champagne
bigger.
and wine.
Yeah, so just a couple little things you can do with corks. I thought it was a great idea to just...
So don't throw anything out. Anything is usable, right?
Anything is usable.
Reusable. So next week we are talking about...
We are going to talk about shells.
Yeah, and oyster shells.
Oyster
right?
shells.
Don't throw them out.
Don't throw your oyster
Take
shells
them home
out.
with you, the oyster shells. That's next week right here on FYI.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
Here's a beautiful scene from Weatherly. This is the lake at Urena Park in the borough. It was a lot cooler today than yesterday. And here's what we can expect tonight. This is your forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight, scattered showers and thunderstorms before 10 p.m. There's a 30% chance. The low will be 56 degrees. Our Thursday looks like this. Mostly sunny. The high will be 75 degrees at night. We'll get down to 57. Friday's another nice day with the high at 76. Cools down at night, all the way down to 55 degrees. For our Saturday, a sunny day as we get up around 80 degrees. Saturday night, similar to Friday. And then on Sunday, 78 degrees the high, and on Sunday night, we'll drop down to 56.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Valley High, the area's oldest ice cream and fast food restaurant. Stop on in for a cold treat including our ice cream and yogurt, or some hot food including our burgers, hot dogs, fries, and much more. That's Valley High, Route 93 in West Hazleton. Treat yourself today.
If you are a local female golfer, you have a few more days to register for Swing for a Cure. And yes, for is spelled F-O-R-E, as in the golf term. The tournament benefits the Geisinger Health System Hazleton Cancer Center. It's being held at Eagle Rocks Golf Course, and they are set for an 8:30 a.m. shotgun start on Wednesday, August 30th. Single players are welcome and will be put into a foursome. The cost is $75 per person and $300 per team, and that includes breakfast, lunch, and more. You can make your check out to Swing for a Cure, and we will give you information on where you can send that check. You can go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/FYI News 13 for that information. The registration deadline is August 10th. And now here is a look at your midday winning Pennsylvania lottery numbers. The daily number 347, the big 4 6800, Quinto 36093, Treasure Hunt 5, 7, 19, 21, and 22. We have sound from Penn State Football Media Day and video when we come back on FYI.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
It's Dave Day on the Sportscast. Dave Seaman, the sports editor from the Standard Speaker, joins us, and we're going to talk about Penn State Football Media Day, and there's a lot to talk about, so let's jump right in it. Coach James Franklin's press conference, Dave, if I bet anybody in the Hazleton area what the first few questions were about, I think they would get it right, even if they're not familiar with Penn State football. It was about quarterback Christian Hackenberg, true sophomore. And what Coach Franklin really said in the beginning of the press conference was, listen, he was successful under one system with Coach Bill O'Brien, but our system is similar now. The one thing he did say was they're going to have to really work on the pieces around him to help Hackenberg develop a little bit more. And here's the soundbite he had to say a little bit more about how they're going to help Christian Hackenberg develop.
You know, obviously, I want him to be more and more confident so he can make really good decisions in terms of protecting the football, get the ball out of his hand as quickly as he possibly can. And what you like to see with a quarterback, I know in this system, is they get to a point where they feel like the defense can't be right. You know, that you understand the offense so well that if you play cover 2, wonderful, I'm going to attack the weakness here. If you go cover 3, I'm going here. You go man coverage, here's my man beater. You bring pressure, I'm either going to throw hot or I'm going to readjust the protection to pick it up. And when you get to a point where the quarterback feels like he has all those tools at his disposal, then the confidence skyrockets. And they feel like the defense can't be right, and that is unbelievably valuable. Our focus is on making sure that he's going to be able to do those things by getting all the rest of the pieces of the puzzle in place.
That's a lot of responsibility. That's like thinking of Peyton Manning there. He's only a sophomore, this kid. I know he looked impressive, Dave, but what do you think about Hackenberg in year 2 at Penn State, and can he take on some more of those responsibilities?
Well, he sure has the God-given ability to do that. He has it seems like he has a maturation of being able to do that. The leadership skills obviously are there too, and it's going to take some time. I mean, he has an offensive line that has to be revamped. That's going to be a key thing too. When Coach Franklin talks about revamping the pieces around him, developing the offensive line's got to be the first priority. Fortunately for the Nittany Lions and Hackenberg, they also have three running backs who are proven in Bill Belton, Zach Zwinak, and Akil Lynch. The tight ends have definitely proven themselves in games. In Jesse James, Adam Brenneman, and Kyle Carter have all played in meaningful minutes in games. So he does have those pieces around him. The offensive line needs to be revamped, and the receiving core. Other than Eugene Lewis, those players may need some time to develop. So once those pieces come together, Hackenberg's going to be the guy that's got to be the one to bring everything together.
Ben Klein gets injured in that linebacking core, so Mike Hull moving to the middle is going to take on a lot of that responsibility. There's some talent there for Penn State. I think they're very deep at cornerback and safety as well. There's some talent along the defensive line. I think that they will look good on defense. Here's what Coach Franklin had to say about Mike Hull.
I've been really impressed with Mike. I really have. He had a great spring for us. You know, he's a guy that not only does he have the physical tools in terms of being able to run and be able to change direction and freakishly strong, but he processes information fast as well. I mean, you watch the tape, and the offense is running a counter play, and they start out going this way, and everybody on the defense takes 3 steps in that direction. Hull takes 2 and is already moving in the other direction.
So Coach Franklin thinks highly of Mike Hull, and again, depth may be an issue on the defense. Dave, do you think it's a major concern, or do you think this Penn State defense can be dominant like it's been in the past?
I think it's going to take a while for the linebackers to establish themselves. Like you said, there is talent there. It's got to be proven, though, and it's not an easy conference to play defense in. We have different kind of offenses. You have a Northwestern spread-type offense, Ohio State with their pro spread-style offense with a quarterback in Braxton Miller. Linebackers have to play an integral role in how you defend all those different kind of defenses. And like I said, Hull is one of those guys who has a lot of experience, the most experience among the linebackers. He's going to be counted on to do a lot. How the players around him develop will be the key to the Penn State defense's fortunes this season.
Hey, I was there, now I'm here. On Saturday, you can see part 2 of my sit-down with Dave to discuss Penn State football. On Saturday, you'll hear more from Franklin, plus we'll check in with quarterback Christian Hackenberg, so you'll want to check that out. What else? Happy birthday to Ron Marchetti. We'll celebrate more during tonight's social report coming your way right now. It's Wednesday, and here's some delicious alliteration. It's signature steak night at Bottlenecks. All of their signature steaks are only $9.95 plus bottomless soup and salad for only $2.95.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's social news. A very happy birthday to Ron Marchetti. This wish comes with the love from your family, friends, and all of us here at SSPTV. Now for tonight's Talk of the Town. Rockin' the Block, Faith Assembly of God's annual city outreach. This will be held Saturday, August 16th from noon to 4 p.m. at the Pine Street Playground. There will be free haircuts, free family portraits, music, a free meal, health screenings, and much more. For more information, please call 570-459-2410. And the St. Jude's Church 61st Annual Picnic. This will be held August 8th, 9th, and 10th on the church on Route 309 in Mountaintop. There will be live entertainment, great food, games, theme baskets, and much more. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 extends our deepest sympathies to the family and friends of these recently departed. Cosmo J. Tomaselli of Hazleton. Mass will be held Friday at 11 a.m. from the Most Precious Blood Church. Visitation will be held Friday from 10 to 11 a.m. at the church. The Joseph A. Moran Funeral Home is in charge of the arrangements. And Marlene A. Goulash of McAdoo. Memorial service will be held Friday at 7 p.m. from the Hazel Chapel of the Cropton Hughes Funeral Home. Friends may call Friday from 6 to 7 p.m. at the funeral home. Tonight's obituary is brought to you by the Smilax Floral Shop on 15th Street in Hazleton. Free delivery to all local funeral homes. Call Smilax for all of your special events at 570-454-0111.
Mary Malone. I'm the president of the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce, and today we're talking about August and the continuation of the farmers market. That's right, folks. Every Friday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. in downtown Hazleton, we have the farmers market. It's August and the produce just keeps getting better. So come on out and join us along with some of our fun vendors and live entertainment from DJs like Jim Dino. You can come out for your lunch hour, cruise around, get some of those vegetables, and then head back in for the rest of the afternoon. But Fridays, 10 to 2, all the way through to the end of August.
Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now on Channel 13, you'll have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Tonight's winner is Mark Whitmer of Hazleton. Mark, if you're watching, give us a call right now at 570-459-9813 to win your free movie.
Russ Kanzler is having a heck of a time in Allentown playing for the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. He's been very, very hot lately at the plate. We'll have more of our interview with him from last week tomorrow on the Sportscast. That and more on FYI Thursday. We'll see you then. Until then, take it easy, everyone.